George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation at the Financial Empowerment Convention. Mark Hall is the CEO of MS Hall Associates at the Financial Empowerment Convention. Tell us about your business and your work as an entrepreneur.
Well, the business is consulting primarily with hospitals, and we do financial, mainly reimbursement, not billing, but reimbursement. So federal and state compliance reporting, and in a nutshell, that's it. If it gets any more technical, it would be too boring for you.
But you're an entrepreneur, so what was that journey like for you?
Well, it started with after I've been terminated from my last prior 2 jobs, and I went out on my own, and I was doing really well for myself. Just doubled my income from what I was making when I was working at my previous employers. And one day, my daughter, she said, "Dad, why don't you get an office?" And I said, "No, because it's overhead." She said, "But then there's more of you and you can duplicate yourself." It's like, you smart little. So and that's, I was busy hustling, but I gotten comfortable in that busyness and in hustle. And so I went from myself working on my front porch to working in an office, and hired my first employee about 3 years later, and now I have 30 employees.
30 employees. So at the Financial Empowerment Convention, what's your message to future entrepreneurs, and what do you hope to yourself get out the day?
Well, I think the message to folks who want to start their own business,
or just get information,
is to start, lay a good foundation. Meaning, establish your business, figure out what type of business you need to be, a S Corp, a C Corp, a LLC, whatever that is. Get a good accountant who can take care of your taxes and those type of things. And then identify your target market and go get it.
Go get it.
And don't take any prisoners.
Former CEO of the Syracuse Community Health Center, and part of the legacy you leave is the new building.
Yeah. That was that took some time to get to, and it was probably at 6 years at the health center as CEO. That was probably that last year was the most difficult. Not just because of the amount of work of my COO who was over the building project. Unfortunately, he passed away, and so much of that work fell to me. But it was all worth it because the folks that are here in our community, meaning Central New York, I don't mean the south side of Syracuse or the west side, but all of Central New York, that facility is there for them.
Amen. All right. So last words of advice for the people who are at this convention, the Financial Empowerment Convention, and what it means, you think, for the community to have something like this.
Well, these type of events I always find to be very helpful. One, just to reconnect with people, but also it gets the juices flowing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of energy here, a lot of young folks, a lot of older folks. But it's those type of things that really empower you to move on, to push forward in whatever the endeavor that you're looking to do.
And I know that you had a health challenge years ago, and here you are. What do you want to say about the resilience in your own life?
Well, that really comes down to having and being surrounded by family and friends that love you and that are there to support you. And that's the only reason why I'm standing here today.
Okay.
My wife, my children who live out of town spend so much time here. My daughter moved back from Connecticut just to help out at home, to help me in that recovery, help her mother. And so it's just, really having people around you that support you and that love you and are there for you no matter what. So
and you can do that in a place like this as well, in a community like this.
Just to be able to get back to where you want to be.
Yeah.
wherever that is. For me, it was, hey, I'm going to go back and do the things I was doing before.
Yeah.
Some things a little bit slower, but I'm going to do them. And just having those folks around you that can support you towards that goal. We're social beings. We're not here placed on this earth to be by ourselves. So we're here to be surrounded with folks that you love and care for, and that's what's helping.
And you better say her name.
Carla. That's my baby. That's my sweetness.
Mark Hall, CEO of MS Hall and Associates, and you give back in the community. You're a philanthropist as well. Say something about that.
Well, Carla and I established the Mark and Carla Hall Fund. It was a donor restricted fund through the Central New York Community Foundation back actually about 8 years ago. And then just this last year in 2024, we established our own foundation, the Mark S. and Carla R. Hall Foundation. And so that's that's there to support causes that we see within Central New York, various causes. It's not for any specific area, but just things that catch our eye and that we want to be able to be a small part of helping individuals in what they're called to do.
All right, Mark Hall, CEO MS Hall and Associates, and we got to say Carla's name up in here, because it's Mark and Carla.
That's it.
You see one, you see the other, and Carla, we love you too.
George, thanks for the work you do, brother. I appreciate it, man.
Appreciate
Seriously,
you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, bro.
And thank you for the support that you have given over the years as well.
Absolutely.
All right, inspiration for the nation.